Hello and welcome to Soul Tarot by Nehal. This is going to be a reading for the period of November and December 2024 for the zodiac sign Virgo. Please remember this is a general reading and it may or may not resonate with you. If it resonates, let me know in the comments down below. If not, skip this one. If you feel any of your loved ones could benefit from these guidance, kindly share the channel with them as well. If you want to stay connected with me on Instagram, the link is down in the description below. You can follow me there as well. And I will really appreciate if you share this channel with more people so that the guidance can reach to more people and it will help me as well to grow. So thank you so much in advance and let's begin. Okay. So, Virgo, there must have been a period for you up until now that, or yet, when you may be. So, I think till October end is what I would say, that maybe there is a period that you may have gone through that was a lot more chaotic for you. And, a lot, like in every aspect of your life, there would be a lot happening in this duration. And it would be so that, you may be feeling a lot tired also because it may have been that one after another, some or the other challenge or some or the other, something would arrive and you would have to work towards it or find solutions. And, you were constantly maybe on your toes, kind of. So maybe there was a period of that kind that you were going through, and this seems to be coming to an end. Yes, you may be very tired and drained altogether, most likely even like the physical energy, not just the mental energy, but the physical energy also seems to be like down right now. Having said that, this is coming to an end, and the whole period of too much happening, too much of chaos happening is coming to an end. You will definitely see a better period coming in that case. Of course, whatever you may have gone through in that, if you were going through something that is financially a little which was a little chaotic, or work wise it may have been chaotic. I don't see health wise something major, but again, each to each, because this is a general guidance. So, yes, you may be going through a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's like you will start seeing the fruits of it while the whole thing is coming to an end. The whole chaotic period is coming to an end. You are definitely entering a new phase at the same time, so that will bring in a lot of positive vibes for yourself. It will bring joy, it will bring hope as well. So yes, the period is coming to an end, and it is bringing in a lot of more positive energy as well. Again, having said that, there seems to be something that but yet you need to get sorted with. Now it could be either, now here it could be two to three possibilities. Let's talk about each possibility. It could be that one is maybe you are either working, you always wanted to work on something, or you were already working and you may have put it aside, either of it. For whatever reasons, everyone has their own reason. It could be either the life may have happened in such a way that you may have to put it down at that time, or you lost interest at that time, or something better came and you may have chosen that time that to go with that and just keep this on the side as of now. So there could be some project, or there could be some personal work, or maybe you were choosing to do a side hustle and you didn't do, and now you may be making a choice of picking all of that. So you are giving it a genuine thought, is what I was trying to say, that you are trying to give it a very genuine thought of whether you should execute it or not. Again, this could even be in terms of either some relationship also, that you may be interested in someone, or it could even be that you are thinking something in terms of finances. Yes, finances comes for very less, like very little bit of people, like very small amount of people. More I see it will be in terms of either work or in terms of in relationship, either of the two, where you're giving it a very like very genuine thought of how to go about, or what should you do. Should you go ahead with that relation, or should you end it? Or maybe you're thinking in terms of that, should you start with a side hustle or not? Or maybe should you take that particular project back in your whatever work life you are having. So there could be, or I mean, something that you have definitely put it aside, or put it like in a trunk, and now you are thinking that should you really get it out again or not. So it could be something of that sort. Somehow one thing that I a very strong, again I would not limit it to this, but I have a very strong feeling that something that is around you could be associated with someone with a Cancer zodiac. Now, it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, either of them, but it could be one of this, that it could be something associated with the Cancer next. So that person may have a Cancer zodiac. So that's how I was constantly getting that Cancer, 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 as if I could listen something like that. Again, one thing is coming to me, that or maybe you may get to know something that maybe you were trying to figure out, or you were not aware of something around your family. That could also be a possibility. Again, not something big, oh my god, some big suspense, but there could be something that you were not aware up until now, and you may get to know about it. So, Virgo, ideally, I feel this period is going to be very interesting, the November December period, because a lot of people are actually getting the thing that you may be, for work reasons, again, you may be traveling to some other country altogether. Generally, I always say that it could be another city as well. So, but this time it's very strongly coming that it could be that you would be moving to some other country altogether. Again, this opportunity, maybe even if you were not expecting, like you may be already having a job and you were not expecting such an opportunity to come your way from this particular job, but it may just come all of a sudden out of your way. Sorry, all of a sudden in your way. So that will happen out of nowhere. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Anywho, so that could be a possibility. Again, over here, one thing is again coming to me strongly, is that if any of you were even waiting for an opportunity to travel to some other country for your study, like your career or studying, whatever it may be, it could be a short term course or a long term course. Again, that has nothing to do with what duration of your study, but it could be any of it, and you were waiting for some confirmation around it, that if things are going ahead or not, and whatever the process is, because every country has its own process. So yes, chances are somewhere that things may start falling in place while you were really waiting for really long about this. So yes, things may start happening about it. uh, Again, while you are least expecting, this is going to come your way. Like, you may be getting tired of like dealing with it. Maybe you were following up and all of it, but you were seeing no sign of hope, and all of a sudden things will happen. When it comes to only one thing that I would say, when it comes to your work life over here, now coming back to the work life, one thing I would definitely say is, don't be too impulsive about anything, or don't let emotions get over yourself. Be a little practical, have that practical aspect, in that case, for yourself. Again, if at all, if any of you have any kind of addiction to anything, again, when I say this addiction, people always associate it with some sort of substance only, but not always compulsion. It could be some sort of addiction, which could be of, like, maybe say shopping, or maybe addiction to some very specific, hoarding of one's any specific thing. So if there is any such kind of addiction also, I would just say that, don't be impulsive into falling into that trap of that addiction. If at all you really are even like, for people, because this will indirectly affect your work. Hence I would say that, that you may get so much into it, or carried away with so much into it, that you may focus more on all such, whatever your addiction could be, you may be more on in that than, focusing on your work. And which again is not a great sign. Again, over here also, I would say is that anyone trying to get rid of any addiction in their life. Now here I talk about addiction is any addiction. If you are addicted to it, in like alcohol or smoking also, this will be a very beautiful period for you to genuinely give it. Unless and until you give it a genuine shot, it won't. But yes, it is a very beautiful period to give it a genuine shot to get rid of that particular habit as well. Of course, if there is any trouble that you're facing, please go and get professional help as well for the same. But if it is just, you can manage it and you are able to do it, and you're just trying, it's just that it's not going full fledged, that, you're able to get a grip over yourself, do it. It is a beautiful period to work on that. Again, it is all associated with your emotions, and that's why I would say don't let your emotions overpower. So maybe you've tried earlier also to get rid of this addiction, but you couldn't, because something happens which hampers your emotions and you become impulsive and take a decision of getting back to it. Hence it was not happening. Now it's time to again focus and, be a little firm and disciplined with yourself, and give it a good, genuine, honest shot, and you will, be able to get rid of it. Again, having said that, please, if you need, again I would repeat, any kind of professional help, any expert help, please go to them, discuss what your concerns are. They will be able to guide you even more better. So this is definitely not a like any kind of a professional or an expert advice, but yes, if you're trying to do it, maybe even through the help, or if you're trying to find someone, some good doctor for that matter, you may come across the right kind of doctor also, who can help you through this. Anyway, since this was again indirectly associated with your work, I had to speak about it right now. But having said that, whatever, on the other side, what I said earlier, whether it is you going to some international travels and all of that, or again, this is for very selected few of you, that if you're not traveling international, it could be so that, you may get an opportunity maybe to interact someone from your industry internationally. It could be a professional interaction from some other country altogether, gain some real good insights. Again, now we live in a digital world, we always have Zoom calls and so on. So all these virtual meetings and so on. So you may get an opportunity of that also, that there could be some course which you cannot right now leave your city, and in fact you can't leave where you are staying right now and go to altogether somewhere else, like a complete shift is not possible. Maybe you may get an opportunity, they may come up with some course or something which you can sit and do online. So that is also a possibility. Or you will, like I said, a professional interaction where you may learn something, again from someone whom you may have maybe idolized, or have had, like, that immense respect to learn from. Maybe that is what will happen. Okay, so when it comes to your finances, I would definitely say that, whatever you may have worked, again, this is a very this that you could have maybe invested in something that, you may have done maybe years back, and now you may find the returns. It could be maybe, you were working on certain projects, and, some projects are such that they start showing the results eventually. So you may have completed it maybe 6 months back, but, its actual returns start happening now, maybe after 6 months or 1 year, so on. So any of those kind of things also, you will start getting your financial returns now. This is a beautiful period to get a lot from this. There are some things, if at all there are kind of recurring things, it will start growing. Like, if there are every 6 months or every 3 months that, a certain growth is supposed to be seen in certain industries, it is so. You will start seeing that as well. So yes, there is going to be good amount of that kind of shift. If at all you were too stagnant with it, things will start moving. People who were not seeing only any growth and were really, like, are sure that there was nothing happening, and nothing was happening in the background is what you kept feeling. Understand that yes, there were things that were happening, and you will start seeing results. Basically, you will start seeing growth in your financial freedom as well. Definitely a lot of growth, and where out of which, finally you will be able to spend a certain bit also in your luxury. Like, there are things which come in necessity. They are your needs, you need to fulfill them. Rest of them is, again, you do, or you may not have, is still not going to majorly affect your life. But then there is a whole section where, it's not really going to affect ever, even if you don't have it, but it is just that, you always wanted to maybe experience a specific brand, or maybe a specific experience you wanted into your life. So you will be able to do that extra spending now. So that is also a good sign that I see over here. Whatever is going to happen in this duration, whatever, whether you invest in, whether, now again, when I say financial investment, it could be, a lot of times we learn something in this duration, and that is going to eventually give you fruit of it. So here I even feel that, if at all you're going to study something or learn some skill in this duration, so that, it will be like one more feather in your hat, and so that you can, you can take your growth, or you can take your whole skills all together, when already what you have and new skills together will make a huge impact in your work. So that kind of skills also are there that you will learn, and which will give you eventually the financial abundance. So what I mean to say is, a lot of times we learn a certain skill right now, and you will see that when you apply it into your job, you see that you're functioning better when it comes to that. Your knowledge is appreciated, and then maybe when you sit for an increment with your, where you're again sitting and having a discussion about your salary and all of it, or maybe for a promotion, that is going to be very helpful. So that eventually will give you a financial more of financial gains. So it could be of that kind also. Whatever it may be, whatever you'll do when it comes to you, whatever you've done so far, or whatever you'll do in this duration, is going to start showing a different level of gains, financial gains, by in the period, like, like maybe from that time onwards to 3 weeks to 3 months, you will start seeing the whole shift. Like, you'll keep seeing the shifts happening time and again. So, when it comes to your love, romance, and relationship in this period, yes, you may have some major decisions that you may make around your maybe multiple relationships. When I say relationships, doesn't mean romantic. It could be, all the relationship you share with people in this lifetime. So, whatever may be in current time, you may want to bring clarity to yourself about who is really your friend and who is not. So, there are a lot of confusion around your relationship, is what I see. You are actually, you seem to be a little, and there are people who are not all your well wishers, and that probably is what you've realized, which kind of is, yes, hurt you, kind of shattered you, but remember that it may even affect you emotionally, but you are going to get into a space of obviously protecting your own self in that case, and you will eventually move forward with it. And when you move forward with whatever it was, you'll get over this phase. But yes, there is a lot that may be happening on that front. And but the good part is, again, it's no matter what clarity is coming in, you're getting very clear that who are your people and who are not, who are your well-wishers and who are not. So that is coming. Secondly, when it comes to your love, romance and relationship, love and romance, like romantic partners, for people who are singles, I would say that, there could be someone who could come into your life, right? But the problem here is that you are very unclear. You need to bring clarity of what kind of a person you really want into your life. The reason I would say so, that a lot of things that, so far has happened, that you may have attracted a lot of toxic people into your life, whether it is in friends or whatever, due to which you always stay a little unsure of certain things. Maybe even some of you listen to certain people around you a lot, which actually leads to confusion in your mind. So I would say that just bring clarity to yourself. Now again, I always say two ways to bring clarity is, one is just sit with yourself, journal everything, vomit out everything on the in that journal, and then have a clear mindset and start figuring out what you really want. Now if you don't know what you really want out of that what kind of a person you want, what do you want out of your relationship with that person, and all of that, the best thing is that if you know what you don't want, write all of that down first. Once you finish writing what you don't want in that person or relationship, make the list. Then reading that, make a list of what you really want. Now that you know that what you don't want, it will be more easier for you to create the list of what you want. Again, a lot of things could be just the opposite of what you don't want, so just figure out what it is. And but again, the whole point is, I always say this exercise should never be done by just in the mind or typing. It's always best to write it and do this exercise. That's the best way to work. So that is for the singles. For coming to people who are already committed, um, right now for some, I see that yes, you may have had recently some clarity may have come in, and maybe you and it was a mutual thing, maybe, or maybe it was a one person decision. But it seems to be that you may have let someone go out of your life now. Either maybe you really didn't want to, but then you realize that it didn't make sense to even hold on to that person, because that person didn't want to stay, and it didn't make sense that you would keep sitting and convincing that person to stay into your life. So hence you may have let that person go, and you may have felt that your whole like you may have had like the whole as if your whole life is crashing down right now. You may have really felt hurt. You may have really felt the emotions, the intensity of the emotions to another level. Though you may seem and you may be making it look like you're all fine, but maybe you're not. Internally you're not. So it could be so. Having said that, again, I would just say is, again, one thing is, of course, bring clarity to yourself now, that moving forward how you would want to do. But for them who have really gone through such a thing, I would say is first get into the whole thing of healing yourself emotionally first, and then move on to figuring out things. Heal yourself in every aspect, then bring clarity, and then move on to finding a new person into your life. It's always good to give that time and space to yourself now. To people who are not going through such a situation, I feel that right now, for the rest of you, it may just be stagnant. Not something major happening, nor it is going bad, nor it is getting any better or great. It's just going to stay neutral, where you guys are living a decently good life, having good time together, and so on. Basically, a smooth life. That's what I see for the rest of you. So yes, there could be certain things that could be happening all of a sudden. You will not may you will overcome a lot of challenges. You have going to have some kind of either resources benefits or financial benefits. No matter what, one phase is going, and again, the beauty of the whole thing is going to be that one phase is coming to an end, a new phase is beginning. The beauty over here is that something that you were going through a really long time will all of a sudden start disappearing. Like, the whole issue or the problem will start getting resolved, and maybe you were putting too much effort, in resolving these issues, and they will start happening. So that will happen at one place, and now whatever phase you will step into, which is again a very positive, good phase, in terms of there could be new things happening, there could be again materialistic gains, financial gains, resources gains, maybe right connection gains. So all such kind of good things are going to come. Now whatever will come like this also into your life, the good, that is also going to stay in your life for long. So yes, if you have gone through like this phase of difficult times, that same amount of good times are also, or maybe even more than that, the good times are going to come. So maybe it was just that you were supposed to go through those things to learn certain things for your life, to make better choices in your future. And that is what I think you should pick up, like, make better choices and move forward into a better space, and attract better, take better decisions also. So that, for that, again, like I said, healing is also to a certain degree you will need. Wow. A win-win outcome is forecast. So yes, no matter what, again, a win-win forecast is coming. And I think that is what I said, right? That whatever you've gone through is the same amount of good days are also coming, or more than that, the good days are coming. So again, whatever you dealt with, you went headstrong for it. All of it is eventually coming into a place where you, no matter what, are still winning. So if at all you're letting a job go, or if you're letting a person go out of your life, no matter what, for you it is a winning situation. It's just the matter of your perspective also to look at things. So from where and what and how you're looking at those same situations is what going to matter. Again, when I say a win-win situation is also that by itself, that you will make better choices in your future, which is what it is going to be. Because now moving forward, you'll be more careful, you'll make better choices, and hence your life will also be better. Like, you'll surround with a certain kind of people that maybe are aligning with what you really want in your life. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Again, yes, I just mentioned about having a perspective. If you have a different perspective, you can actually create your own happiness as well. Like I said, I think I mentioned also financial freedom and all of it. So there is this card of freedom coming here. So again, you have the power and free will. Lot of things, again I will have to repeat here, is that choices, the kind of choices maybe, or what you're looking at, how you're looking at, is what will change things for you in the future. And that is all a free will, how you want to do, how you want to look at every situation that you've gone so far, and how you want to make changes in your life. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. See, a lot of times, yes, you may be, even you can see people around you also, that, you may feel that maybe this person is kind of similar to me. So maybe you can see reflection of certain aspects of yours, or a lot of aspects of yours in that person or so. But otherwise, I even understand one thing over here, is that you need to reflect on your decisions that you've made so far, and what brought you to whatever you are currently, whatever such situation you are into currently, or whatever you may have dealt with. It's even trying to reflect on those things, that where, if at all you feel that here things went wrong, or where things went wrong, is where you need to bring clarity, that did you make some error, or was it, ought to happen, or it was the other person, where was what, like, basically it's a time to reflect on the things that you really want to change also moving forward, so that again you make better choices in your future. Singularity. You are your own sun, moon, and stars. So, yes, have faith for yourself. Build yourself now in such a way that you believe in yourself a lot more. Maybe, these things may have shattered you a little bit in that case. So, remember that, before giving anyone else, or even it may be your, work, giving something else complete, charge of your happiness, make sure that you're first making yourself your own source of happiness. I am more at ease every day. So, yes, if you are again in a very stressful situation, you're stressed out all the time, please remind yourself that you are more at ease every day. I choose to see my life through the lens of gratitude. Time to practice gratitude as well. Whatever is good as of now, start being thankful for those things. Again, difficult times may have been, but you can always be thankful for them as well, because they are going to help you moving forward. Like, so I'll tell you a very simple thing that I had seen, and there was a time where I was going through some difficult period, and it always made me think that, initially, that why was I going through all of this before I even got into all this, like before getting into tarot and so on. And with time, when I met a lot of people, and I saw that people who were elder to me by 15 years, 20 years, are going through it now, having so many other things also at the same time to deal with. And now they will be moving out from those situations, and now getting into better things. First is obviously healing themselves, and then getting into better things, making better choices, reflecting. They are doing at that age, and I see at times they were regretting certain things. They were feeling that, it's too late right now to now restart certain things. I was like, okay, I felt really, in fact, thankful for whatever happened, because it just it brought a different perspective to me, that it's great, that I went through whatever it is, because now I have more hope. I feel that, okay, life made me go through those things is so that I make better choices in my future, be it in terms of work, be it in terms of my friends, family, whatever it may be, in every aspect. And I was really down from every angle, but this is the whole shift that I had. The whole perspective shifted for me. So that is where I would say that, through I became more thankful, in fact, of difficult situations. That may sound a little weird or crazy, but that's how it worked. So I would just really, really recommend that, no matter what, have a little bit shift in your perspective, or even if not, just be thankful for whatever is good right now happening, and there will be at least one thing that you may feel good, or just the fact that you're alive. No matter what, God has still made sure that, you stay strong, and live the life. Just begin with that, and see, one by one you'll have more reasons to be thankful for, and then you'll have an entire big list, and you'll be like, okay, I'm thankful for so many things, and that will switch into something so positive into your life, that you will attract more and more good, and the whole thing, and it will be such a beautiful transformation that you will not even realize that from when did you have that shift. It will be a beautiful journey eventually when you look back at. joy, Khushi, Anand, Sukh. These are the three Hindi words. Happiness. Today I will choose to be happy because I deserve to be happy. So this is another reminder to yourself that choose to be happy no matter what. I know it may be a little difficult if you're going through certain things, especially if they were really, really important and you are going through certain things. Of course, it may be difficult, but uh, again, the more you will, it is like the more you, what you choose again and again is going to give you more of that. So I would just say that yes, choose happiness because you deserve to be like, that's what, we are here to grow, learn, be happy, spread joy for, attract joy for ourselves and spread joy as well. And if you just think, yes, if you will stay happy, you will pass on more happiness to people around you, and they will also be like, they'll enjoy your company a lot more, right? And that will bring in a lot of good vibrations for each other, and again, all of you will grow together. Okay. So yes, I definitely see that, from the period that you're going through, definitely good things are coming in, happiness coming in, a lot of joy coming in. You will be feeling more sorted. You may feel a lot more at peace with your emotions as well. Yes, give it a time of 3 weeks to 3 months and see the whole thing coming to an entire 360 degree shift. Beautiful period. You will, but only thing that I will say is just stay with the flow, just flow instead of getting too it's a very simple thing. Again, if you become very stiff like a stick, then you break. But if you stay like water and keep flowing, and so on, the more easy it will be like a smooth process for you. I know difficult times, but still it will help you navigate things better. At least it will not break you no matter what, right? If you just think a rubber band is very flexible, does it break that easily? But if it is a stick and you try to break a little, put a little pressure, the same pressure that you put on a stick, sorry, on a rubber band, it'll bend. But if you put the same pressure on a stick, it will break, right? So this is the whole thing. So that is why I would say stay in the flow state. Of course, if you told, now when I say stay in the flow state, yes, if you feel overwhelmed by emotions, you want to cry out, address your that emotions, cry out little bit, journal. If you feel you want to just stay in your own space and meditate, do that. If you want to just listen to music, so whatever it is, address the emotions, but stay in a flow state at the same time. So that is what I would definitely say over here. But remember, there is some level of transformation and change coming into your life. Release everything that does not serve you. I guess I've already said a lot around those things. So yes, you may have to release certain things or maybe even certain people out of your life, but it's okay if it's not serving you, it's not aligning with you. It's the right thing to do. Even if it's a workplace, if it's no more aligning with you, it's right and it is correct to do for both of you, like even your workplace and you, because you are also no more feeling happy and they will not get the kind of output that they want out of you. So it's always fine to make such choices. Start releasing, and even here I would just add, even release the emotions that don't serve you anymore. It could be some form of hurt, some event that may have created that kind of a hurt. Release that as well. Sorry. Once you start believing in yourself, your dreams take shape. It is Martina Navrality Low. I am so sorry. I am not able to pronounce the surname correctly and I don't want to mess it up. But the first name is Martina. So, yes, once you start believing in yourself, your dreams take shape. Focus on, believing in yourself, and that's when you'll start believing in your dreams as well, and they will take shape. Let me know if you did resonate or not. Like, comment down. Let's connect in the comment section. I am not afraid to take risk. So yes, if you're scared, if you're having fear around taking risk, it's always good. See, its only thing is always take calculated risk. Don't take any hasty risk. Again, I think I've mentioned earlier to not be impulsive. So don't be impulsive is all I would say. Rest, you can take calculated risk. But calculated risks are always needed, no matter what. We are taking certain amount of risk every day, in fact. Forgiveness. So yes, forgive yourself. First is always forgive yourself. I always say that, people always talk about forgiving everyone else. No, first is that you forgive yourself for not being there for yourself when needed, or whatever it may be. Wherever you feel you need to forgive yourself, do that first. And then obviously focus on others. Again, one bit I always say is that if you start healing yourself by itself, by default forgiveness comes in. So yes, if need be, whatever it may be, please focus on yourself. Forgiveness is what is the message that's coming, and you know what you need to forgive or who you need to forgive. But again, we are always the ones who even equally self-beat for ourselves for certain decisions that we may have made and may have not fallen in place, and we at times feel that, oh, I always knew but I didn't do it, and then we hold it against ourselves. This is reality, we do this. So if there is any such thing, it's time to let that thing go, because I think we spoke about earlier about releasing what's not serving you. So release those emotions, and that may come with some level of forgiveness, either towards you or towards someone else, or towards certain event, or to be either it could be even to the event which is associated with a bunch of people. Whichever way, do what is needed for yourself, because that will help you in many ways, like in terms of shaping your dreams, in terms of taking certain risks. This all is going to lead to one thing again, which I'll go back to, is do reflect on things as well. So yes, this is it, and I hope you do resonate. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any suggestions as well, and see you in the next reading. Bye bye.